What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a little bit of anything. Today I have a rifle that I would like to do a quick overview. I had this rifle for about, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, and this is the Masterpiece 20 DMG in 9mm. Now, before I talk about it, let me just go over some of the specs. I got my tablet right here. So this is a 9mm carbine. It has a barrel length of 16.2. It has a side cocker, side folding stock, scope mount, barrel extension, adjustable front and rear sight, which is one of the things that I'm going to be talking a lot about. And it sets a standard Glock style high capacity magazine, like this P mag that it was included when it came in. Unfortunately, it only had one. It has a hammer with a disconnect plus original hammer. I have no idea what that means. Anyway, the retail price for this is about $899, which for my taste is a little bit too expensive, especially when you can have a similar style rifle for a lot less. Now, here it is. Now, this is what they call a pistol caliber carbine. Now, pistol caliber carbines are usually a rifle that shoots a pistol caliber like 9mm, 40, Smith & Wesson, and so on. This rifle is a little bit different though, because this rifle is actually, and let me just fold this right here. This rifle is actually a pistol that the company decided to turn into a rifle and then register with the ATF as a rifle. So this right here, and I'm going to put an image somewhere around here of the actual pistol. This is basically the pistol, and it actually very, very nice. It feels very nice. It's relatively light. I believe it could have been a little bit lighter, but then again, this is all metal construction. Now, let's talk about one of the negatives that I really don't like about it. If you see here, this right here, this is the front sight. Here, you used to have, well, I used to have the rear sight. I removed it because in this configuration, they are not useful. You could barely aim. It's again, this sight was specifically designed for the pistol version. Again, when you are holding it as a normal pistol, right, and you hold it like this, you can align the sights pretty good. But in a rifle configuration, it's unusable, to be honest with you. So, luckily, they added the handguard with a rail system, which allows you to put in flip-up sights in the front and the rear. I also have a cheap CV Live optic that seems to be doing a good job for now. What else? Now, if you look online for reviews or reviews about this specific rifle, you will find 2 very good videos. One of them, the guy is basically talking how bad the rifle is. On the other video, the 2 gentlemen on the videos, they talk about how good it is. And my opinion is that it's not as bad as one of the person's overview does, but it's not as good as the other 2 guys were saying. When you buy a rifle, regardless of how crappy it is, you spend money on it, and you tend to defend your spent money. So you try to come up with reasons as to why it's good and why it's normal. And when I saw the first video on it, I was totally saying, wow, this guy just don't like it. I mean, it's not that bad. But the truth is, one of his points was the trigger. Company added like a rubber socket to the trigger. I'm assuming And just like the guy in the first video who was really talking bad about this, it's supposed to make the trigger more comfortable. As you can see, there is almost no space for your finger, especially if during the winter time. If you have gloves, there isn't barely any space. But again, this was meant to be a pistol, but even then, it is kind of small. When you are shooting this for extended period of time, you will feel the trigger, how harsh it can be on your finger, which I'm assuming was what the guy was actually talking about. And I will have to say the trigger itself is not bad in my opinion, but it is heavy. Another thing that I don't like about it too much, and I wouldn't say that I don't like, is the safety. Now, in most rifles, here's your safety. Right now it's on safe, and it's clear. Now, in most rifles, if you want to go to the firing position, you just move it up like this. On this one, it doesn't work like that. Safe right here, and then you move it to the fire position. So in order for you to operate this this safety level, you have to move it all the way to the front or to the back. And because of the position, it's not as intuitive as any other rifles like the AR-15, but it's not that bad. It's just a little bit uncomfortable, but you can get around that just by practicing. Another thing that I don't like is the folding stock. It is very short. Now, for me, right, it's right there. Like, you can see my shoulder and my right hand, how close I have to come in. And then, if you see, my nose is actually touching the folding assembly. Now, this is not an issue because, well, it's not an issue in the sense that it doesn't recoil that much, so it's not like it's going to hit you every time. However, the gases from the spent case hits your face very good, and after a little while, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable. Now, the stock, as I mentioned, is very, very small for my liking, for my size. If you're a smaller person, then you're not going to have a problem. The issue with this rifle is that there are not that many aftermarket stock that you can buy. I've seen some videos or actually pictures online where they actually have an AR style folding stock, which is not bad, but I like the design of this one. So what I did was I contacted MPA, Masterpiece Arms, and I did it via Facebook and email. And I have two different answers. So my email was, hey, this is too short. Do you guys have one that is a little bit longer? I believe the response from YouTube was that yes, they do. However, it was not specifically designed for this rifle. It was designed for another one, and but it does fit this one. Now, when I use the contact form on the website, the email that I received was, no, we don't. So there seems to be a little bit of miscommunication there. This thing is well built. It's the quality, to be honest with you, it's just amazing. The color, the silver coating, it's amazing. I really do like the build quality. It feels good on the hand. It feels just about right when it comes to the weight. It's not too heavy, not too light. Again, this is all metal construction. The accuracy is very good. It's actually super simple to disassemble. There's only one takedown pin, and it's this one. You know what? I'm actually going to show you. If you look inside, you will see that shiny metal. That's what we are going to push. Now, once we push it, that's it. We're going to turn it around, and you can see that it's already been pushed out. Okay, however, there is still another piece. which you also need to push a little bit so that you can actually pull it apart. And that's it. Yep, you need to make sure that the trigger has been fired, and that's it. Here is the lower receiver trigger mechanism and the safety. And actually here you can actually see how the safety works. Here is on fire. Let's move that to the safety position and you will see the safety mechanism rotating. And I know it's dirty, but I don't know why. Here is the hammer. Basically, when you press the trigger, this piece right here, moves forwards and releases the hammer. And that's actually a very simple mechanism. All right, so this is the upper receiver here. That's the bottom. And to remove this, let me see if I remember, all you need to do is basically you pull this, and this is your, basically your bowl carrier group. Let me see if it's dirty. Oh yeah, it's dirty. But that's basically it. It's, like I said, it's very simple to clean, very simple to maintain and put together. I have loaded up the magazine with 17 rounds. I have a mix of brass ammunition as well as aluminum case. I did not have any steel case ammunition. I guess I left it at home. But hopefully we get to shoot pretty good. And if we have some malfunctions, we'll get to see if it happens, regardless of whether it is brass or aluminum case. So let's get to shooting. It turned off. Let's just use the backup sight. The magazine, it's smoking. I'm pretty sure that's because of the oil that I put in there. Not sure if this is a good idea. Hopefully we don't have a machine gun Kelly, which is a new term that I would like to introduce the world to, which is when you have a catastrophic failure of a firearm or wrapper. Machine gun Kelly, catastrophic failure of a firearm or wrapper. I was about to say, this hole just appeared there out of nowhere, and it's a mosquito. Ah, got you. Did I? Sure, yeah, I did kill it. All right, let's do some more shooting. All right, so I put a new target. This time around, I'm gonna do more precision style shooting. I'm going to put a little bit more effort into hitting the target in the same spot as opposed to just shooting down range. With that being said, I have loaded the magazine. It's not fully loaded. I don't want to have a machine gun Kelly at this time. So let's get to shooting. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, click like, comment any criticism that you may have on my videos, on my shooting skills, which I know they are awesome. Don't miss, unless I do. But with that being said, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Peace.